By the end of this video, you and I should be able to answer questions like this. Let me start with the basic. Looking at this question, we should use our reduction formula. Sure. What you should know about our reduction formula is that our theta should always be between 0 and 90. Should always be between our theta should always be between 0 and 90. Sharp. Let us start. As we can see in our reduction formula, it shows that our tan 180 minus theta, our tan 180 minus theta, meaning here's 180 and minus, it means it's gonna fall under this quadrant. And we can see that my tangent in my second quadrant is what? It's negative. Meaning that I'm gonna have negative tan theta. Let us move to the second one. My second one shows that we have cos 360 minus theta. Cos 3, where's 360? Here's 360 minus, meaning it's gonna fall under our fourth quadrant. And we can see what my cos in my fourth quadrant is what? It's positive, meaning what I'm gonna have plus cos theta, all divided by, we have sine 180 plus theta, sine 180 plus theta, meaning what my plus is gonna fall under this quadrant. And we can see that my sine in my third quadrant is negative, meaning what I'm gonna have negative sine theta. From here, what's left is a simple algebra. Sharp. We know what my tan theta, we know that tan theta is equals to sine theta over cos theta. Let us take this and substitute here. We're gonna have negative sine theta divided by cos theta multiplied by cos theta over 1, all divided by negative sine theta. So this one, they're gonna cancel. I'm gonna be left with negative sine theta over 1, all divided by negative sine theta. So this one is gonna be equals to negative sine theta, because of everything over 1 is that number here, divided by negative sine theta. They're gonna cancel. I'm gonna be left with what? I'm gonna be left with 1. Sharp. Let us try and use a different method if maybe you don't get this one. Same example, different method. I want you to have your calculator closer to you. So we're gonna do it like this. I'm just gonna try and come to this step using my calculator. Sharp. I want you to put your theta on your calculator as 30. Meaning whenever you see theta, you put your 30 degrees. So I'm gonna have tan 180 minus 30. It gives me negative. I'm not interested in this root 3 over 3. I'm only interested I want the calculator to tell me, or is it positive or is it negative? As you can see here, it's negative. That's why here I have negative theta. Then I'm gonna do the second one. I'm gonna have cos 360 minus 30. Is it positive or negative? It is positive. So I'm gonna have positive cos theta. Then the last one, I'm gonna have sine 180 plus 30. Is it positive or negative? It is negative, meaning what I'm gonna have negative sine theta. Then from here is just simple algebra. Let us go to our second question. As we continue, this is our second question. So here I want us to talk about something before we start treating this question. On our Cartesian plane we have something like this. We know we have 0, we have 90, we have 180, we have 270, we have 36 here. So 1, 2, I got my 90 and my 270, they mean something, they mean change. So what do I mean when I say change? When I say change, I mean whenever you see sine, you have to write cos. Whenever you see cos, you should write what? You should write sine. Like in this example, like in this example, we have this. We have 90. Sharp. We know. I want us to use our reduction formula. We know. We have cos. And it's 90 plus. It means we're gonna fall under the second quadrant. And in the second quadrant, is cos positive or negative now? As we can see, my cos here is what? It is negative. My cos is negative, but since it's 90, we're gonna write negative sine theta divided by. And we have another problem. Sharp. Here, people will say, will argue with me, or my sign in my second quadrant, it is positive. But remember, we have cos. Meaning we are checking for cos. We're not checking for sine. We say cos 90 minus cos 90 plus theta. Meaning we're gonna say we go to our second quadrant. Then we ask ourselves, in my second quadrant, is cos positive or negative now? Cause it's what? It's negative. Then we change. We check first before we change. Let me continue. Divided by. Here we have problems here. We have problems. Why do I say that? Because of here, our reduction formula, as I said in my first video, that my cast diagram, my reduction formula, summarize whatever is happening in my first quadrant. Like we are here. As you can see, my reduction formula only talks about 0 to 360. Only this part that it is in the red. But this question, we are not going there. We are here. And in this side, we don't have our cast diagram. In my green side, we do not have our cast diagram. Meaning we need to do something so that it can fall under this red part that I shaded with red. Well, meaning whenever I have something like this, I need to, from 0 to 360, it's my period. Meaning I have to come here and add my 360. Meaning I'm going to have sine theta minus 180. I add what? I add my 360. Plus 3 open bracket. Sine. Even here, I still have the same problem. It's not in this red part. It is not here. It is here. Meaning what? I have to add 360. Meaning what? I'm gonna have sine open bracket 360 minus what? Minus theta. Now we can bring our cast diagram, our reduction formula. Meaning what? I'm gonna have negative sine theta over sine. Let me see. 360 minus 180, it's what? It is 180, meaning what I'm gonna have 180 plus theta plus I. So here I'm gonna have my 3 sin 360 minus theta close bracket, meaning what I'm gonna have negative sin theta divided by I got. Then we come here. Where's 180? Here it's 180. I got. Then it's 180 plus theta. 180 plus, meaning what we're gonna go to our third quadrant. And in my third quadrant, I can see what my sign is what? My sign is negative, meaning what I'm gonna have negative sin theta plus. Here I'm gonna have 3 sin 360 minus theta. With 360, it's here. And 360 minus, meaning I'm gonna come to my fourth quadrant. And I'm gonna have 3 open bracket negative sin theta. Since my sign in my third quadrant is what? It's negative. Close bracket. When I simplify this, I'm gonna be left with sin theta divided by negative sin theta minus 3 sin theta, which is equals to negative sin theta divided by negative 4 sin theta. This one they cancel, and my negative also cancel, meaning my final answer is 1/4. Let me show you using a calculator. I'm gonna move from here to here to here with my calculator, meaning whatever I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come straight here. Sharp. Let us talk. I said everything you let your theta. I said you let your theta to be equals to what? To 30 degrees. Let us start. Meaning what? I'm gonna have cos 90 plus 30, which is equals to 1/2. I'm not interested in 1 minus 2. The only thing that I want to know is that is it positive or negative now? As you can see, it's negative, meaning what? I'm going to have negative sin theta. I'm going to have negative sin theta because here I have cos. So it changed. It have to change to what? To sine. But my sign is what? It's negative as shown in the calculator. Divided by, meaning what? I'm going to have sin 30 minus 180. Sin 30 minus 180. Is it positive or negative now? As you can see in the calculator, it is negative, meaning what? I'm going to have negative sin theta. Let me continue. Here I have a 3 sin negative theta. Is it negative or positive now? It is negative, meaning what? I'm gonna come here and write negative 3 sin theta. Then I'm gonna use my algebra. I'm gonna add the like terms the like terms denominator. Then my answer is gonna be 1/4. To check if your answer is correct, I want you to press everything that you see here and let your theta to be any number. If you don't get 1/4, it means or my answer is incorrect. Meaning what? I'm gonna have cos 90 plus 30 close bracket divided by sin 30 minus 180 close bracket plus 3 sine negative 30. As you can see, we get 1 over 4. Even here it's 1 over 4.